Hello, and welcome to The Hit Life, where we bring you news, interviews, and more from all your favorite Southeast regional MMA promotions. In this video, Brandon Lee of Vigilant MMA is going to go over the rankings updates after Combat Quest 22. Make sure you watch until the end because he has some breaking news on what's going on next with Vigilant, and you don't want to miss it. Let's go ahead and talk about the rankings. So here we have the flyweight. It looks like the championship is vacant, but we have 5 excellent contenders here that would love to have that spot.
Yeah, so we're waiting. Vigilance kind of waiting to see for Norman Gallen to pop his head back up. Norm, if you're out there, I'm gonna tag you in this. I'm gonna give Lewis your IG live so he can tag you in this. We looking for you, bro. I've sent out the bat signal. I'm not getting no response, man. Treya Wills is actually going pro. He's now defended his belt twice with B2 promotion, so he's going to be making the pro jump. Markevian is going to actually come back down and fight in October for us, and the plan was for him to do kickboxing. But now that we've had such a clearance out of the division, fighters turning pro, that's what happens. That's what we want. We want the guys that are ranked at Vigilant to go pro.
And not to mention, Joseph Musi is young and hungry and would love to move up the ranks into that spot as well.
I wouldn't put him with Markevian because Markevian's got 16 amateur fights and 5 smokers. So that guy's got 21 amateur fights. I'm not going to put him with a guy that's got 3. That's just not fair. Even at an 8-8 versus 2-1, I wouldn't do that. Now the other guy, the number 4 guy in the division, Tyler Stout, he's out of Pete White Boxing and MMA. He's an animal. He's definitely in some contention for this.
Let's move to the bantamweight division. Of course, with Beria taking the championship spot, there was a lot of shifting around in that division.
Yeah, man, that was definitely a shakeup. I'm not gonna lie, but it has put us in a great position. November 19th will be Combat Quest 24, a black tie affair. It's our first ever VIP only event. It's gonna be only very limited seating, all VIP seating at this show at the Sidney Byrne Davis Arts Center. And one of the main fights on that show is going to be, God willing, a title unification. I'm working right now with our interim champion, Ethan Goff. He trains at the MMA lab. He's 5-2. But the goal is the end of the year, Fort Myers, November 19th, title unification, interim champion, Ethan Goff, 5-2. And then our new overall champion out of Fort Lauderdale, which is not far away, at same record, 5-2. Gabe Perea.
Moving on to the featherweight division, what's going on here?
So in the 145-pound division, we got Lewis Murdoch as our champion. He's looking to defend on October 22nd at Combat Quest 23 here in Tampa. Now that show is going to be at the Tampa Gold Club. So anybody out there, 145 amateur, you got a winning record, you got at least 2 wins in a row, and you're brave enough to get in there with Lewis Murdoch, 4-0 out of Futures MMA, let me know. Or reach out to Lewis, and Lewis will connect us.
Yes, sir. All right. In the lightweight division.
Man, this is a crazy division right here, all right? Our champion, Ralph Hernandez, he's 5-2. Our interim champion, Cade Burton, he's 3-2. Our number 1 contender, Hunter Vaughn, he's 5-3. All 3 of those guys are on the same team called Rudy Bears MMA. And he just got a lot of strong lightweights up there. So we're working on a couple of matchups, trying to bring all of these guys in at the same time. I thought we had Ben Zapata lined up to fight Hunter for that overall title, but that just fell apart today, unfortunately. And I was really hoping to announce that here. But we got a bunch of capable, quality guys up here. So we're going to definitely make some things shake up in the lightweight division.
Okay. And then we have the welterweight division. Of course, Marquez Forrest is dominating this division, but who do you think is next to possibly move up into the spot or even challenge Marquez?
So Marquez is going to defend 1 time and then he's going pro. I already know this 110% for a fact. I want my champions to be successful on the professional level. So your last fight as an amateur, you definitely want to win, but you got to make sure you fight top tier competition. So I want to make sure that my champions face top tier competition. And I didn't do a good enough job of that in the beginning days. That it wasn't until about Combat Quest 8 or 9 that I started really getting serious about bringing in studs to fight my champions. So for Marquez, I'm going to search the entire continental United States of America. and I'm going to look at every single top 10 that's on Tapology, one of those top 10s in the regions around the country. I'm going to look at size. I'm going to look at where they train, and I'm going to find a really difficult opponent for Marquez. He's going to face his toughest test defending his title for Vigilant, and that's going to give him the grit and the what he needs, the fight IQ to move on to the next level.
Okay, and in the 185-pound middleweight division, what's going on there?
Man, there is talent all over this 185-pound division, man. That's what's going on here. The goal is to get Vashawn Pope and Devin Lee Brown matched up before the end of the year. Whether it's October 22nd, whether it's November 19th, I don't know yet, but the plan is to link those two gentlemen up, the champion and the number one contender. I have a good feeling Vashawn is going to go pro after this next title defense as well. So we want to have a tough challenger. And Devin Lee is out of Lakeland and he's undefeated. He's 6-0. So no better test than a guy that's 6-0, in my opinion.
Okay, and in the light heavyweight division, we have a vacant championship, but there's a lot of competitors with undefeated records and really good amateur records here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you're going to see a shakeup actually here. Tyler Mcnet is moving down to 185. So we're going to actually be transplanting him from the 205 division down to the 185 division. So he's moving down. Reggie Northrope, he's undefeated, but he's signed with FRM. So I'm trying to, I've reached out to Malky and we're trying to see if they seem to think he's ready to go pro now. I'm trying to convince them to give him one more fight, make it for a title for Vigilant so that, everybody gains from that. And I'm trying to put together Reggie Northrup and Gerald Williams. They got the same record. They're both 4-0. They're both in our top 5. I think that would be a great championship fight to decide who our first ever light heavyweight amateur MMA champion would be. So we haven't had one before.
Okay, and let's move on to the big boys, the heavyweight division. DJ Tice is holding the championship there.
So DJ Tice has requested the only man to ever knock him out, the number one contender, Roz White McAdams. That's who DJ wants next. Bro, DJ is an animal, man. You can say what you want. Yeah, he's short. Yeah, he's portly. Yeah, he's country as hell. But let me tell you, he's not scared of nobody or nothing. And he will fight anybody on the drop of a hat, training or no training. I've seen it myself. His mother has sent me messages that he's not training. He's not doing anything. And then he shows up and fights for 3 full rounds, So that guy's an animal. He's actually, I'm going to make this a special release right here for you, Lewis, on the Hit Life.
All right, let's do it.
DJ's making his way down to 205.
Okay.
On it. He is on a mission. The next fight is supposed to be down around 225, 230. And then the next fight after that should be at 205. If he's still holding the heavyweight title, we're going to try to set him up with a light heavyweight title fight and then go pro off of that energy next year.
Wow. Okay. The light heavyweights better watch out. Okay.
Yes.
So you told us Combat Quest 23 is going to take place Saturday, October 22nd at the Gold Club in Tampa. November 19th, Combat Quest 24 in Fort Myers. What else does Vigilant have coming up?
So we have a really special event that we're finalizing and putting together. This is something else I'm going to drop as an exclusive here on the Hit Life. The weekend after our show, Combat Quest 23, we're going to have our first ever kids event, CQ Kids #1, on Saturday, October 29th. Now, that location has not been confirmed yet, but I'm just dropping this and putting it out there I'm sure this will irritate both my partners, but so we're going to have a kids show in the early afternoon on Saturday the 29th. It's going to be all kids, kickboxing, boxing. There might be some youth MMA, but I really don't like the restrictions of all those rules. So I try to get everybody into a different style of kickboxing or boxing for the youth event. And then we're going to have CQ Jitsu #6 after that on October 29th, same day, right immediately after. As soon as we clear everybody out, we'll open the doors, bring everybody back in for another grappling super fight event. And we're planning on having 12 to 15 super fights on that card, from blue belt all the way up to black belt. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and combat Jiu-Jitsu both.
Wow, if it's anything like CQ Jitsu 5 was, it's going to be a great event. Thank you so much for those updates, Brandon. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can receive more of these updates in the future.